Bienvenidos, aloha, welcome into TarTV. Alex Crawford, Andy Hayes with you here live from the Bill Barnett pool deck. And we're just moments away from the start of tonight's Sunset League matchup between your Newport Harbor Sailors and the Los Alamitos Griffins, girls water polo. And Andy, the Bill Barnett Memorial Pool Deck, and the last time that Newport Harbor won a Sunset League title outright was 2015, and that was Bill Barnett's last year coaching. If the Sailors win tonight against Los Al, they will win Sunset League outright for the first time since 2015. It's either been Laguna or Los Al every year since then, and the Sailors with a chance tonight to right the ship, no pun intended, and win that Sunset League title for the first time in 7 years.
That's awesome. 7 years. What's weird is the 7 years is kind of seems like it's a theme here at Newport Harbor because 07, 2021, I know it's 14, but it's
a multiple of 7.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I was getting at.
Well, and 7 is a lucky number, a special number. And our match is underway here. So,
yep.
And I got to give credit to Taryn Rodriguez, who will join us at halftime, for bringing that stat to my attention. Sailors win the opening sprint. It is Newport Harbor in the navy blue caps, the Griffins in white. Shot is high from Bia Diaz, and we're going to get our first look at the Los Alamitos offense.
You know what would be kind of fun is like on Sunday Night Football, if we had like the starting lineups, they got to say, you know, their names in elementary schools or something.
Yeah, name, grade, and elementary school. I was going to say hometown, but it's, you know.
Well, I guess with Los Al, they got Los Alamitos and Seal Beach, so.
We have Newport and Costa Mesa. That shot is high. Anna Reed would have been there. Both teams coming out firing and missing to open up the match. 1 minute elapsed, 0-0 score. And the prolific Morgan Netherton passes it in. Now an inside look from Taylor Smith. A foul?
Yeah, foul, yep. Pushing her outside of the 2. That was good ball management by Taylor.
Avery Montiel. Let's see if the lefty uncorks one. She does. Bar out. And Los Al back on offense.
Yes, they are. They're fast. Look at that. Look at number 6. Sophia
Munatones.
Oh, that's what that is. Your handwriting. You know it.
I know my handwriting.
I'll get used to it.
We might want to get you a printed roster because it's hard to read my chicken scratches. Shot from Shanna Davidson is right into Anna Reed's paws, and we're still scoreless with 5:20 to play in the first. This is an important matchup, Andy, not just because of the Sunset League title potentially at stake and because of the history in play, but also Los Al is a good team. They beat some quality opponents. They beat Mater Dei and Foothill. The Sailors only have one loss on the season. It was to Laguna in the Holiday Cup. Then they beat Laguna twice in league since then. But this would be an important quality win for the Sailors. Taylor Smith dumps that one away. And we'll get another look at Los Al. No scoring so far, Andy.
No scoring, but a lot of attempts. Good defense, I would say. Forcing both sides are forcing not the best look. So that's good defense.
There's Morgan Netherton on defense for the Sailors, guarding Livy Ouellette from Los Al. Back to Ouellette.
Interesting offense being run here by the Griffins. They're just constantly moving. If you watch them the next offensive possession, you'll see they will have somebody moving the entire time, keeping the defense on their toes.
We know that Los Al, they run a unique offense, as Netherton has that one taken away. But there's going to be a foul inside of 5 meters, and Morgan Netherton, who's so good at these penalty shots, we saw her sink 4 in the first quarter against Corona Del Mar back on December 23rd. She'll take a 5-meter shot right now and potentially put the Sailors on the board here in the first quarter.
That's right. That was our rainy day game.
Shot from Netherton, skips to the left of Joey Niz and hits the back of the net. And the Sailors lead 1-0. First goal of the game coming with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play.
Caitlin, freshman, number 10, just got in.
Oh, a substitution for the Sailors.
Yeah, we got Alex Love taking a little breather. So not to just for the information for our viewers here, that was a ball under by the goalie, which resulted in a 5-meter.
Thank you. I actually wasn't sure what happened, so thank you for clarifying.
Of course.
Olivia Slavins passes it over to Colleen Sorensen, guarded tightly by Taylor Smith. 13 on the shot clock. Down to 9. Morgan Netherton in the vicinity. She comes up with the steal, a turnover, and here come the Sailors. Oh, beautiful outlet pass by Anna Reed. Down to Taylor Smith. Now Netherton has it just across mid-pool. Swimming in. They're giving her a big cushion. The freshman, State. Inside look. Oh, it's taken away. Olivia Slavins disrupted that one.
I would say that was a good look. She was open about a millisecond before that pass was thrown. So,
well, that's a freshman for the Sailors making that pass, Caitlin State. So you think, give her a year and that thing's coming half a second quicker, and that's a goal for Newport Harbor.
100%.
8 on the shot clock. Sailors defense pressuring. Lindsay Harris has it. Double team coming. It's poked away out of bounds. And it would be last touch by the Sailors, according to tonight's official. And a reset of the shot clock with 30 seconds on the shot clock, 2:45 on the game clock here in the first quarter. Sailors leading 1-0.
Okay, watch this. You could hear Coach Carlson say, mismatch. So when we got Caitlin in, I think they don't really know her threat level, but they think that that's a mismatch in the 2-meter post up. So,
well, you got to assume that they see that she's a freshman. They're going to call that a mismatch regardless of her skill level. A chance for Caitlin to prove herself. Whistles. A shot and a goal.
Yep. That was a quick turnaround on that ejection.
Bia Diaz, as soon as that exclusion whistle blew, she spun around and whipped into the back of the net. And the Sailors lead 2-0 in the first quarter. Timeout, Dave Carlson and the Los Alamitos Griffins. It was scoreless on a few possessions for each team to start the game, Andy. But now Sailors have 2 goals. And Coach Carlson wants a timeout with 2:20 to play in the first. What have you seen so far in this match?
I've seen good ball movement by both teams. What's really noticeable about Los Alamitos, I mentioned it before, is that they'll have an offensive player. It's been different all over, but just like constantly moving, driving down from like 4 to 5, having 5 wrap up. They're just constantly moving. They are apparently they got some good post up players, so they are finding that mismatch and it's been Caitlin, the freshman, so they want to find that mismatch and have one of their post-up players go and work for that position. Newport, on the other hand, is just pretty standard Newport water polo. Get down, set up the offense, run. They probably got a designated play that they're running, and they're looking for the 2-meter.
Well, Andy, I stand corrected. It's been brought to my attention that last goal not counted. Not sure why, but the scoreboard still reads 1-0, so it's 1-0 Newport Harbor in front. So I thought that Bia Diaz scored.
No, we had the 5-meter.
After the exclusion.
And then that exclusion goal right here.
Oh, now they've updated the scoreboard. Okay, it is. You know, I heard, I got word tonight that they're actually going to finally do Newport Harbor water polo some justice and put the scoreboard in a place where people can actually see it. I heard they're going to be moving it.
Really?
I heard they're going to, yeah, I heard that.
That's fantastic.
As you know, Andy, I don't know if our viewers on the broadcast know, but we can't see the scoreboard from where we broadcast, so it's tally marks and memory, which are not always reliable.
Not always reliable, but you know, it keeps us on our toes, and it keeps the viewers guessing, because I don't think they can either see a scoreboard.
And viewers love guessing the score while they're watching a game.
Yes.
There's nothing viewers love more than that. Big thanks to everybody tuned in tonight on TarTV. We've got 2 more girls water polo broadcasts this season. Next one's going to come next Saturday. We've got a tournament here.
Oh, really?
Yes, 4 games. And then we have another game in February, date TBD or TBA, to be announced. But stay tuned for that.
Absolutely.
All right, after the timeout from Los Al, the grip.
And
oh, how about that? Alex Love brought Joey Niz out of the water and threw it just to her right. A goal for the Sailors. 3-0 they lead in the first quarter. 90 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's good. That was a good defensive stop. That's as old Jovan Vovic would say at SC, that's a 2-goal switch right there.
90 seconds left in the first quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock. LaSalle trying to get on the board. Sailors' defense has been very strong to open up this game. Feet inside to 2 meters. Right off Anna Reed's collarbone, and now she's going to swim over and control the rock for the Sailors. 60 seconds to play in the first.
Anna Reed, she is always there when she needs to be.
Lily Guess down to Paige Nagel. Inside look, double team coming. Netherton out of the water. Blocked by Diaz. She might have broke a finger on that one because Netherton put some English and some fire on that shot.
Yeah, that was a good move. That was good that the officials let her finish that shot as opposed to calling an ejection.
30 seconds in the quarter. 12 on the shot clock. Colleen Sorensen, shot clock down to single digits. Good defense there by Paige Nagel of the Sailors. Shot clock down to 3. LaSalle, desperation. Netherton deflects it. And the shot clock's off. Game clock, 15 seconds to play in the first. Anna Reed surveying. Down to Nagel, right in front of us.
Ejection.
Exclusion with 1 second to play. The horn sounds, and that will end the first. Sailors
3.
Touch the twine 3 times.
That's right.
And they lead 3-0. We head to the second. When we come back, Sailors in control 3-0. You're watching Newport Harbor Girls Water Polo on TarTV.
If you have Morgan Netherton, you are not posting up. Go in and take her out. So one person's going in, that's fine. I'll see the second person in. When the second person goes in, bottom goes top, and we try mismatch. Every time I've seen somebody within this match, they bring in this massive zone. When they're in the zone, we need you guys to fill in the bottom row like you do, so we have 3 shooters. So that's the mess. If you remember the mess over there, I don't know if you're doing it, but there's places in their row. I don't know what to say when I can't predict this. On the offense, the best in all the middle will have a mismatch. Janet, once you have the mismatch, keep attacking her, keep attacking her. Don't stop attacking her, keep attacking her, keep attacking her. And when you do that, she's going to get her hips going, right? Let's go, girls. It's a new quarter. Let's go. Teamwork. Hey, Cece, you're going after.
Welcome back into TarTV. Alex Crawford and Andy Hayes with you here live from the Bill Barnett Memorial Pool Deck. And as I said at the start of the broadcast, a really fun fact brought to you by reporter Taryn Rodriguez, who will join us at halftime. If the Sailors win this game tonight, they will win the Sunset League title outright for the first time since 2015, which was Bill Barnett's final year coaching. And for the second time this game, Sailors win the opening sprint of the quarter.
And what was significant about that is because at the end of the first quarter, LaSalle we earned an ejection Newport Harbor. And so winning that sprint allows us to maintain that advantage.
And speaking of advantage, Taylor Smith takes advantage of it and puts the ball right into the back of the net with just 18 seconds elapsed in the quarter. And the Sailors increase their lead by 1 to 4. 4-0. Newport Harbor leads over the Los Alamitos Griffins.
Just the way we like it.
Now, Andy, you know I'm not a water polo wizard like yourself, but since we started doing games back in 2019, you told me that Los Al, they always run a unique offense.
Yes.
Do some, to say it simply, weird stuff on offense. Explain to me what that is. What should I be looking for out of Los Al when they have the ball?
Watch away from the ball, see what players are doing. Moving, driving is what we call it, right? Swimming into a new zone. People creeping in, posting up. The setup, they don't always do a traditional 3-3 that we usually see. And
that shot sails high by Isabel Valaica. So I noticed that there, that you got a lot of players cutting or driving towards the cage without the ball in their hands.
Yes.
And how about that shot?
That was beautiful.
Point blank, Bia Diaz, her second of the evening, and that's 2 goals in the opening minute and 8 seconds. The first 68 seconds of this quarter, Sailors are up 5-0. So far, Andy, in a must-win, I wouldn't say a must-win, but a very important game, a game that, Coach Ross, he doesn't care about Sunset League titles. He cares about CIF titles, but winning tonight's game does lock up Sunset League for the Sailors, so it's an important game. And I'd say it's a statement so far from Newport Harbor.
Yeah, definitely. We got CIF right around the corner, and earning that Sunset League title is huge. So ever since we became part of the Sunset League in Los Al, they've always been crafty, always been good, and it's a little. I always thought it was a little bit of a rivalry.
Anna Reed and Morgan Netherton rush to the ball. Reed picks it up, and Sailors back on offense, leading 5-0. The lefty, Avery Montiel, has it. Back up top to Netherton. Guess. And now Isabel Del VR.
Ooh.
Oh, how about that?
Wow.
Bia Diaz, hat trick. Had the goalie on ice skates. And touches the twine for the third time tonight. 6-0. Newport Harbor leads, blanking the Griffins right now. Just 2 minutes elapsed into the second quarter.
This is just so fun. New names coming up.
Yeah, Bia Diaz. That's a name we didn't really say last season. We've said her name this season, but what a bright spot she's been for the Sailors this year.
Absolutely. It's always nice to get more weapons on your bench, right? In your squad.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of weapons on the bench, if you're watching TarTV tonight, stick around right after this broadcast because TarTV is going to broadcast the girls' basketball game, Battle of the Bay, at 7. I cannot do the game, so our very own Sydney Griffin and Emmy Lou will be doing the play-by-play duties.
No way.
So we're going to the TarTV bench tonight and going to some of our reserve weapons. That'll be fun.
That's awesome. Hopefully it's no Wally Pipp situation,
Hey, you know what? If one of those two replaces me, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, true.
I'm cool with it.
Very true.
Let the youth lead the way. That's what I say.
Absolutely. And we're back to
5 meter?
No, a 6-on-5 advantage.
Okay, Sailors on the power play once again. And a timeout from Newport Harbor's Ross Sinclair. And it looks like Coach Ross got a new pair of Vans.
It does.
Those look pretty fresh, and they really go well with the Newport Harbor water polo color scheme.
Yeah, you wouldn't really think by just looking at Coach Ross that he would have any kind of sense of style, but he kind of does.
Well, Coach Ross is the kind of guy that he doesn't want you to know that he puts thought into what he's wearing, but he certainly does.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he puts thought in everything. He's a preparation kind of guy.
He really is. Yeah, you're hitting the nail.
He takes everything seriously. That if he's going to do something, he's going to take it serious, and that includes the way he dresses. But he wouldn't want you to know that.
No. But he does. Look at that guy. And then look at his little sidekick. That's Avalon Sinclair.
That's so sweet.
How that's just precious. You think she has some good input?
I mean, I think she has. I think if Ross quit today and it was between her and me to take over coaching duties, I think she would do a better job than I would because she's just been soaking up that knowledge from her father.
Totally. Probably knows more than I do now.
Probably. Coach Ross doesn't read her bedtime stories. He goes over the Newport Harbor water polo playbook.
That's right.
So the Sailors really in control of this game, Andy. 6-0. A little bit over midway through the second quarter. Los Al's a quality opponent. They beat Mater Dei. They beat Foothill. This is a big win for Newport. But again, knowing Coach Ross, knowing his sights set on the postseason, you got to get there. Newport Harbor will. But this is a big game. This is a big win for them. This is a good tune-up with a few weeks left before CIF.
Totally. But we're looking good now, but we can't count our chickens before they hatch here, Alex.
Absolutely not. You don't want to. Here's Taylor Smith, the righty. Elects to pass up top to Netherton. Back to Smith. Let's see if she uncorks one.
Here we go. We got that was an interesting offense.
I like the play out of the timeout. The pass intended for Paige Nagel was deflected. And now Los Al going to push the pace the other way. Sydney Munatones has it for the Griffins. Good pass, a good shot, bar out. Reed might have got that one even if it didn't hit the bar. And now the Sailors will take back over.
Let's see how they do on this counterattack. Bia Diaz is such a threat in the middle.
Pass inside to Diaz, and they're going to call her for an offensive foul. Turnover. Griffins have it coming the other way. Ross Sinclair barking for Taylor Smith to step in. Shot clock down to 7. Ashley Greger. There's a shot and a goal with exactly 3 minutes to play in the second. Los Al on the board. Sydney Munatones puts it in. First goal for Los Al tonight. Score now 6-1.
I wish we could have a replay of that. Like that right there. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a weird offense, but getting open like that one-on-one, open water, not really. It was a dry pass to a person on the post, right? That's typically those passes are made wet in the water, but that's just like the Coach Carlson continue moving. You see open space, take advantage of it, just like in basketball.
Well, they were able
football.
Or football. Space.
Space.
In any sport. In any sport, space is important.
Yes, it is.
That shot by Netherton was deflected. Someone from the Griffins side got a finger on it. And here comes Los Al the other way. They just scored their first goal of the game with 3 minutes to play. And that one gets taken away by Lily Guest. She hands it to Anna Reed. And now Reed will swim out with it and huck it up ahead to Netherton. Netherton looking for Smith. Puts it out in front of her. Smith is there right in front of the goal.
Good pass.
Beautiful pass. A shot saved by Niz.
Oh, wow.
That was a textbook pass and shot attempt by the lefty Avery Montiel. And just great goalkeeping by Joey Niz in goal for Los Al.
So usually you want to go from that cross pass. You want to do a little skip shot because that goalie's falling, right, with their hands out. If you shoot it in the middle of the cage, it's a higher chance that they're going to get it. If you put that on the water, it can go under their armpit and elbow.
Great steal by Taylor Smith. She looked like a football defensive back jumping the route there. Now she has it coming in the other direction for the Sailors. Smith over to Netherton. Montiel, the lefty. Last shot was blocked. This time she finds Diaz, who skips it. It goes out of bounds, deflected by Joey Niz, so it will remain Sailors' possession. A reset of the shot clock with 93 seconds to play in the second quarter. Stick around at halftime. Reporter Taryn Rodriguez will join us, most likely. I don't know where he's at.
Does he know this?
He knows this.
Okay.
I talked to him. I talked to Taryn. I said, Taryn, get your butt over to the broadcast booth at halftime. Montiel inside, bar down, and it doesn't roll.
Creative.
Past the goal line? What do you call that?
I don't know.
It doesn't roll in. It doesn't go in.
A block?
No goal for the Sailors.
No
and
goal
the
for the
score is 6-1. Final minute of the second quarter. Ordinary foul. 5 on the shot clock. Pressure defense by the Sailors. Losell has to do something.
Nice.
They shoot. Anna Reed elevates and slaps it into the water. Another save for her. And here come the Sailors, working patiently. Netherton has it. Future USC Trojan, Morgan Netherton.
Yes.
Now here comes the freshman, Caitlin State. Back to Netherton. Long range shot. Off the top crossbar and out of bounds. Kind of a desperation heave from Netherton. And we got 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Losell probably just going to uncork one from long range here.
No foul. Yeah, good.
They do. That one goes off the crossbar, out of bounds, rolling on the pool deck. The horn sounds, and we're headed to halftime.
Thank you.
The score is 6-1. 6-1 at a halftime. Newport Harbor leads over Losell. We're going to take a quick breather. We'll have an interview with Taryn Rodriguez, and we will bring you second half action when we come back. You are watching Newport Harbor Girls Water Polo on TarTV. Welcome back in to TarTV. Alex Crawford, Andy Hayes, and a very special guest, Taryn Rodriguez, reporter who covers Newport Harbor athletics for a variety of publications. Are you here covering the game for anyone in particular here tonight, Taryn?
No,
or
just for Twitter purposes.
Yeah, just because you're a diehard Sailor fan.
Mm-hmm.
And you bleed navy and gray, or as Andy thinks the colors are, blue and silver. Great start for the Sailors, Taryn. 6-1, 3 goals in each quarter for Newport Harbor. Tell us what you've seen tonight that tickles your Sailor fancy.
Well, one thing I've seen with the Sailors is that they're playing great distributive ball. I think almost all of their goals, minus the 5-meter goal, have been assisted. And I think it goes to show that this team at full strength has been phenomenal. And I think this is the first week that we've seen this team at full strength, considering sickness and injuries have kind of gotten in the way, but Newport Harbor is really showing that they are the #1 team in CIF.
Taryn, you hit me with a fun fact before the game. You told me that if the Sailors win tonight, they'll win their first league title outright since 2015, which is when Bill Barnett was in his final year of coaching here. That's amazing.
Yes, and that would be quite the feat, considering Laguna Beach has dominated the Surf League throughout most of its tenure. And then before the whole Wave and Surf League happened, Los Alamitos was the top dog through the past 2 years, or the last 2 years. So for Newport Harbor to win league would go to as a testament to all these players, especially the now seniors. As their freshman year, they finished 3rd. Sophomore year, they finished 2nd. And then last year, the COVID year, they finished 2nd as well. But now they have a chance to be undefeated league champions or outright league champions, and they have not lost to Los Alamitos. I don't mean to jinx anything as of right now, but they have not lost to Los Alamitos yet. I know Los Alamitos isn't as big of a rival as Laguna or CDM, but back when Los Alamitos and Newport Harbor ruled the Sunset League, it would just boil down to those two, and it would be a lot intense, as we would have fans from both schools and players from like the baseball teams and the basketball teams and the football teams from both teams coming into the stands and just basically just cheering on their respective teams.
Incredible. So, Taryn, let's hope we'll knock on some wood here so we don't jinx this, but I think that 5-goal cushion is pretty nice. So what is what we're seeing today? What do you think is going to help us carry on with the success down the stretch of this season into CIF?
Well, as long as Newport Harbor remains healthy, they are in good shape, and they have to continue to feed the hot hand. And the funny thing is that it's not just one good player. It's not just the Taylor Smith show. It's not just the Morgan Netherton show. It's not just the Bia Montanalados show. It's the everyone show. And heck, we'll even see some goals from Avery Montiel. She's done a great job. She stepped up as the junior, as she's going to be the big girl on campus when it comes to girls water polo. And honestly, I think everyone, as long as they just play their game and they don't make silly mistakes, this team is going to be a CIF contender.
We agree, and like you said to me before the game, if you know Ross Sinclair, the head coach, you know he doesn't care about Sunset League titles. He cares about CIF titles. He cares about rings. So all our sights are set on the postseason. Taryn, thanks for hopping on with us. It's been a fun game so far. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Go Sailors.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Taryn. That was awesome.
Taryn Rodriguez. Follow him on Twitter at Taryn Rodriguez1. If you want to know anything going on with Newport Harbor Sailor Athletics, Taryn has got you covered.
Got you covered. And he, you know, I need to make an amendment to what I've been saying here. We're in the Surf League, not the Sunset League.
Okay, that's right. I always get confused because it's a Sunset Conference. Then there's Surf and there's Wave.
Okay.
Surf is the better.
Okay.
Surf is the better of the two.
And then you know what?
Surf League.
I love that how he said it's the everyone show. That
it's
was
the everyone
awesome.
show.
The everyone show.
You know, Coach Ross, it starts, you know, starts and ends at the top, which is Coach Ross. He doesn't keep stats. He doesn't care about individual performances. Cares about wins, cares about rings, cares about championships. That's why when I ask him who's the leading goal scorer, how many saves does Anna Reed had, he shrugs and he rolls his eyes at me. Oh, sorry, I got distracted there by Coach Ross yelling at the timekeepers. I don't think they started the clock when they were supposed to. And I always love watching Coach Ross give someone the business, which is quite often in the 28 minutes of a water polo game.
Giving someone the business, yes. And like you've said so many times before, the hats that he wears on this pool deck are a lot.
Oh, yeah. He's multitasking.
He's an electrician, you know. He's a plumber, cleanup guy.
He's coaching. He's a father.
Yes, it's out of control.
He's a husband. He's a mentor.
The list goes on and on.
And he doesn't even wear a hat because he's got great hair. So why would you want to cover that up?
Exactly.
All right. No scoring so far in the second half. Couple misses by both teams. And now, as they flip sides, Los Al and the Whitecap Sailors in Navy, we see the Griffins on offense once again. That is Livy Ouellette. And they're going to call her for an offensive foul, pushing off with her head. A turnover. And here comes Bia Diaz and the Sailors attack. Future USC Trojan Morgan Netherton uncorks a long-distance pass intended for Lily Guess.
An exclusion on number 6 for Los Al.
Okay. Sailors a player up.
I did not see that, but we'll take the advantage.
Here's Taylor Smith, 6-on-5 opportunity for Newport. Smith. Back to Montiel, the lefty. Smith, 10 on the shot clock. Swimming in with it. Firing. And it's blocked by the Griffins. Joey Niz in goal for them. Here comes Los Al the other way with it, trying to chop into the Sailors' lead. 6-1 advantage for the team in Navy. Here's Colleen Sorensen with it.
See, look at all this movement that Los Al's doing. Just constantly.
Meanwhile, shot clock down to 5. Desperation heave. Anna Reed gets a finger on it, pokes it away from the goal, and she will have the outlet pass coming the other way for the Sailors. Diaz. Montiel has it taken away. Good defense there by Olivia Ouellette.
Yep. You got to keep your head up. If you put your head underwater, almost anything goes. So, good defense, of course, absolutely, but Newport, we got to keep our heads above the water to maintain that ball possession.
There's a shot blocked by Reed right into her wrist. Man, she has been dynamic in the goal tonight.
Oh,
how about that long-range pass? Reed to Smith. Inside shot and a goal. The 4th one of the night for Bia Diaz. And she just let that roll off her fingertips like butter. First goal of the 3rd quarter for the Sailors. 7-1 now your score in favor of the home team. That was a beautiful assist by Taylor Smith. Future UCLA Bruin, Taylor Smith?
That is correct. That is correct.
We got the 2 leaders on both sides of the ball for the Sailors. Morgan Netherton and Taylor Smith, a future Trojan in Netherton and a future Bruin in Smith. I know you're a former Trojan, or as you say, once a Trojan, always a Trojan.
Yeah, former. Get out of town.
1 ring, 2, 3 rings?
3
rings, wow.
Yes.
But I know no ring is sweeter than your 07 CIF championship ring earned here on Irvine Avenue.
Correct, but the game was played at Woollett.
Sure, yes. The game was played at Woollett Aquatic Center.
Okay.
As Sydney Munatones nets her 2nd goal of the game just above the outstretched arms of Anna Reed. And the score now 7-2, still in favor of the Sailors. The ring was earned, I think, during your time working here in the pool on Irvine Avenue. It was won, though.
True, okay.
Physically at the Woollett Aquatic Center.
Which is in Irvine.
Irvine High School. So, and it was won on an Irvine Avenue,
yes.
not the Irvine Avenue.
Wow. Is that a synchronicity?
It's either a synchronicity or it's just that the Irvine family owns half of Orange County. One or the other. One or the other.
Okay.
It might be, though. Here's another look at the LoSal offense. They scored from that exact spot last time out. Now a nice look. Sofia Munatones has it inside. Pass a little bit offline, and it's swept up out of the water by Paige Nagel. Pass back to Anna Reed. Sailors back on attack. 2:40 to play in the 3rd quarter, leading 7-2.
So, yeah, LoSal's loving that double post-up, forcing a drop and opening somebody on the perimeter.
The lefty, Avery Montiel, feeds it down low to Lily Guess. Guess looking back to Montiel. 2 on the shot clock. They don't know that the shot clock's ticking down. Taylor Smith lets it fly. Bar out. It'll be cleaned up by the LoSal defense. And Taylor Smith almost put that thing in at the last second.
Yep. Yeah, another weapon. So many. Seems like there's always 6 weapons, 7 with Anna Reed, but on the offensive zone.
Hey, Coach Ross Sinclair has an arsenal at his disposal. Good look for LoSal to the right of the goal and miss. Turnover. And let's give credit to the Sailors' assistant coaches as well.
Oh, yeah.
Holding it down on the bench.
Most definitely. And the Newport Harbor staff here. We have Dr. Fox and Mr. Hoy and Miss Kirby.
Oh, yeah. You can't see him on camera, but
no.
Great staff. Great program. Great educational facility here at Newport Harbor High School.
Absolutely. I would say Newport Harbor, since we've been announcing, is going to produce the next president of the United States.
Wow. Do you think that they've graduated yet? You think the next president? Or just like a president?
A president.
I think that that's true. Now, here's a question. I think that's true. I don't think that's out of the question. My question for you is, if a future U.S. president will be a Newport Harbor alum, have they graduated already? Or are they currently here or soon to be here? I want to know what you think.
They're still here.
I think they're still here. I think they're currently enrolled here.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, it's just another. I cannot wait until we have a presidential picture in our hall of famous alum.
Yeah, right there in Heritage Hall.
Right next to Ted McKinley.
Ted McGinley.
McGinley.
Yeah, great actor.
Yes.
We also have Aaron Pearsall.
Steve Aoki. Alex Crawford.
I'm not on there. Misty May is, though. Misty May trainer,
Mm-hmm.
as well as April Ross.
Trojan.
A.G. Kawamura. Big. He was the Secretary of Agriculture in the state under Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wow.
He went to school here.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger signed Coach Ross's diploma from UCSB.
Wow, that's a synchronicity. Connecting the dots. You don't get I mean, yeah, Newport Harbor, we have pretty much everything else in our Hall of Fame. We might as well have a U.S. president. Turnover. And here comes LaSalle the other way. 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. A lot of great alumni from these hollowed halls. 1930 is when Newport Harbor was established.
1930. Almost getting on to the centennial.
We'll be there soon, 8 years away. LaSalle can't get the shot off. Good defense by the Sailors. Lily Guess strips it from the 2-meter player. Now Anna Reed will swim out 5 meters out of the goal as she surveys and pushes it ahead. Back to Lily Guess. Down low, Taylor Smith thinking about a shot. Back to Guess. Over to Alex Love. Sailors working the perimeter, but that one's picked off. Intercepted by Livy Ouellette. She'll throw it back to Joey Niz, and LaSalle will get another look on offense. 1 goal in this quarter for the Griffins, 1 goal in the third quarter. 30 seconds to play here in the third. Shot clock down to 10. They try to get it down to 2 meters. There's a scrum, there's a collision, and Taylor Smith comes out of the pile-up with possession of the ball. 10 seconds to play. Let's see if the Sailors can throw one at the cage before the clock strikes 0. Long-range skip shot falls way short. A heave to the right of the goal. The horn sounds, and we head to the fourth quarter. The score 7-2 in favor of the Sailors. A defensive quarter, 1 goal for each team. We saw 3 in the first from Newport, 3 in the second, now just 1 in the third. But we head to the fourth with the Sailors in control. We'll have that final frame of action for you when we come back. You're watching Newport Harbor Girls Water Polo on TarTV.
Hey, defensively, like, this is where, like, you have to step up, like, you're overloading on the side, so then you can go, like, slow and go, like, 2 So, K-Jack's like, I don't want to go over 3. Well, we're going to go to 4, then it's going to go 3, then it's going to go to 2, and then we can there's a 2, literally up here. So whoever's in execution is encouraged to go to the ball. Whoever's in execution is encouraged to go to the ball 4. You understand? When we're back from forward. Oh, no,
So one time, like, out next to you, would you rather, like,
Welcome back into TarTV, and we are underway in the fourth quarter. Sailors firmly in control of this one, 7-2. Los Al starts out on offense. Shot goes bar down. Morgan Netherton cleans it up. And Anna Reed will huck it down the length of the pool. Maybe. We'll see where she throws it. She does have a very dangerous outlet pass in her bag, Andy.
Absolutely, and that's such a threat. That's so awesome to have a goalie who can pass.
Reminds me of a center who can throw a great outlet pass in basketball. Here's Netherton, the future Trojan. Nice inside look for Diaz. Niz collapses to the ball, and the Griffins take it away.
That was a good pass, a good move. Just lost control of the ball there.
Now Lily Guess applying pressure on Sofia Munatones right around mid-pool. They're locked in battle. Olivia Slavins over to Livy Ouellette. Shot clock down to 2. Long-range shot, bar out, high in the air. It's retrieved by Los Alamitos. Isabel Vala-Aika swimming in. An exclusion and a power play opportunity for the Griffins. Timeout, Dave Carlson and Los Al. We'll keep it right here. It's going to take somewhat of a miracle, Andy, for Los Al to find themselves 5 goals in this quarter. Not out of the question, but they got to start scoring quickly.
They really do. They got to take advantage of this one. I think if we make a stop here, it's looking pretty good for us.
Absolutely. I mean, this is I don't want to say do or die with 5 minutes, 34 seconds to play in the game, but when you're down by 5, you don't have a ton of scoring opportunities with that 30-second shot clock. After the timeout, Coach Carlson knows they got to touch the twine here.
Mm-hmm. They absolutely do. Like I've said before, Coach Lynch always said, well, we got 5:30. I'll round up for 6 minutes.
You do
Make
the
it
math.
easy for me, right? That's
12.
12 opportunities. 11 opportunities for, what would that be, like 6, 5? Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Well, there we go. Morgan Netherton has that one fall right into her breadbasket, and the Sailors quickly coming back the other way. Out of the penalty box is Avery Montiel, and she will dribble the ball up ahead for Newport. I don't know if they call it dribbling or water polo.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Here's Lily Guess with it. Smith. Inside look, Diaz. She skips it right into the stomach of Joey Niz. Niz in goal for Los Al. He's come up with some great saves in the second half.
Yeah, really has. And then Los Al's had a bunch of good opportunities. They just can't put them in the back of the net. If they've made half of them, it would be a much different game.
Livy Ouellette pressured by Diaz. Shot clock down to 10. Trying to feed it into 2 meters. Shot clock down to 2. They got to get a shot off. It's Munatones. She can't do it. Turnover. Sailors bring it back.
Got another exclusion.
Power play. And now
30-second timeout.
Ross Sinclair and the Newport Harbor Sailors are going to take a timeout on the 6-on-5 opportunity with 4:16 to play. Sailors leading 7-2. Stick around on TarTV tonight. We rarely get to have a double header, a double feature of broadcast action. We got girls basketball Battle of the Bay just 55 minutes from now. And we actually have our TarTV crew doing the play-by-play for the first time. Sydney and Emmy Lou going to fill in for me. You don't want to miss that. Here's the Sailors on offense. Avery Montiel, the lefty, thinking about it, and she puts it in. Oh, my goodness, it did not cross the plane of the goal. My depth perception was off. Oh, I thought that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Me too.
I'd like to have a replay on that.
We should get one of the youth players. You got to sit right there on the goal line
and do what?
Determine if the ball crosses the plane or not.
Yeah, we don't have what do they call it in soccer? VAR. We don't have that. Newport again on offense. 3 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Morgan Netherton. Los Al trying to apply some pressure. The lefty Montiel inside. They get it at the 2-meter spot to Lily Guess, who lobs a high arcing shot that just misses. Just a little bit short. And now Los Al will bring it back the other way, trailing by 5. They get a quick shot off, but Anna Reed a little bit quicker.
She's never asleep at the wheel.
Oh, no. And that's hard as a goalie to stay engaged the whole game. You know, you're all alone down there half the time.
Yeah.
Shot clock, single digits, down to 5. Inside
All
look
right.
is good.
There we go.
Alex Love, her first of the game, spinning around like a cyclone. First goal of the fourth quarter. Sailors up by 6, 8-2. Your score, 2:44 to play in the game.
Oh, nice. Look at this. Whole new set.
6 for 6. Is that what they call it?
That is what they call it, but it doesn't look like
Okay.
it's.
But a lot of substitutions. Let's see who's new in the pool for Newport. Angelina Peterson, the sophomore, wearing cap number 3, is in there. Who else? Chiara Amoroso, wearing cap number 8. Caitlin State, the freshman, wearing cap number 10. Paige Nagel in there, senior, cap number 9. So a few subs for the Sailors. Shot clock back down to single digits for Los Al. Cindy Munatones swims in. And from long range, 7 meters out, she throws it to the right of Anna Reed and has her third goal of the game. A bright spot for Los Alamitos. They've now netted 1 goal in each of the last 3 quarters. No goals in the first. They have 3 total. Sailors have 8. And, Andy, as you've always taught me, the goal for Polo, 1 goal or less per quarter. And the Sailors' defense currently holding Los Al to that standard.
Yes. Yes, still got 2:20 on the clock. Hopefully they can continue that.
I'd like to see them do it. They've certainly earned that distinction in this game because it's been a great defensive performance.
Wow, that was a good pass.
Netherton up top, Guess. Good find to Amoroso. Back to Guess. Netherton, 10 to shoot, 2 minutes to play. Guess with the right hand. Inside to 2 meters. Diaz is swarmed, and it's ripped out of her mitts by Joey Niz, the goalkeeper. You know, Andy, what's interesting about this Los Al offense, after pointing out all the motion and some of the tricky stuff that they do, I do realize it takes them a long time to get their offense set up.
Yep, yes.
They're often not getting inside of 5 meters until there's single digits on the shot clock. I guess that's planned, but it kind of seems like a disadvantage to a novice like me.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that typically by the time the ball gets down from a new 30, you have 20 seconds. So that allows you to have the ball 20 seconds to do your moves, see who's open, get the defense to break down. But when you're doing that with 8 seconds, you rush it. For sure. Keen observer you are, Alex.
I'm learning a thing or two about Polo. We've been at it since winter of 2019.
Oh, pre-COVID days. How dreamy was that?
I don't even remember what that's like. Timeout on the pool deck taken by Los Alamitos head coach Dave Carlson with 1 minute and 22 seconds to play in this game. Sailors leading big, 8-3. And Andy, last time we were on the pool deck, it was a rainy night, 2 nights before Christmas, Thursday, December 23rd, and you were getting all kinds of congratulations. And you still got a few tonight, so I just want to say again, congrats on becoming a lifeguard captain. That's a big deal.
Yes, thank you, Alex.
Newport Beach lifeguard captain.
Yes.
A coveted position that you certainly earned and well-deserved. Thank you for your service.
No, thank you.
For what?
Just being you, buddy.
Hey, and that's why you're a great public servant.
Oh, I mean, this community has just done so much for me, and it's nice to give back.
Well, you said future president is maybe going to come from Newport Harbor, but I'll say maybe future mayor sitting right to my left.
Maybe.
After the timeout, Sailors on offense. Just over a minute to play in this game. 10 to shoot. Newport in control. Isabel Del Villar in the game now. Feeds it inside to 2 meters. It can't quite get there. And Los Al will get one of their last offensive possessions of the game, trailing by 5. 8-3 the score. Good opportunity here for the Griffins. Anna Reed elevating, and it goes just over her head. A real tricky shot there by cap number 3, Olivia Slavins. Her first goal of the night. Second in this quarter for Los Alamitos. They now have 4. Sailors double them up 8-4. And we have 45 seconds to play in the game.
Just don't give the Griffins one more shot opportunity.
4 or under. That's what you want to see. If you're head coach Ross Sinclair, for the Sailors, you want to say that 4 or under threshold. Reed just eating clock here, letting it tick down. Now ahead to Amoroso. Los Al with the steal. They're going to have a good shot here. Ashley Greger swimming quickly the other way. Griffins have numbers. 13 to play. Sailors will win this game, but they would hate to see another one touch the twine here. Greger. Now up top. Ouellette has it. Shot horn sounds, and that does it. The Sailors are your Surf League champions. First outright league title for the first time since 2015. The first time in head coach Ross Sinclair's career. The last time the Sailors won the league title outright, Coach Bill Barnett, the legend.
The legend.
The Hall of Famer. Bill Barnett was still the head coach of this program. Final score for Newport, 8. Los Alamitos, 4. The Sailors win tonight, and they win the Surf League title. Andy, we got to end things quickly here
Yes.
because there
Yes, we
is
do.
a TarTV basketball broadcast to get to. But final thoughts on tonight's big win for Newport Harbor.
Excuse me, that was awesome. Good ball movement. A lot of people touched the ball, like Terrence said. A lot of those goals came off of assists, which is huge. And
Great assist. Taylor Smith had a couple beauties that I'll dream about tonight. Just great passes.
yes, oh yeah, and it was great to have Dr. Fox sitting next to us, gracing us with her presence and keeping us honest over here. So, hey, what a day for water polo. What a day for the Sailors.
Big win for the Sailors, 8-4. They double up the Griffins, and they win the Surf League title outright. Of course, Coach Ross Sinclair is not going to rest on his laurels or really celebrate this at all, because for the Newport Harbor water polo program, for Coach Sinclair and his assistant coaches, and for these girls, the only thing that matters is a ring, is a title belt, CIFD1. They get their sights set on that. We'll be back next Saturday. There's a tournament going down here on the 29th here at the Bill Barnett Pool Deck, so we'll have that for you live on TarTV. Again, your final, Newport Harbor 8, Los Alamitos 4. Sailors are victorious, and they are your Surf League champions. So congrats to them. For my broadcast partner, Andy Hayes, for all the Newport Harbor girls water polo players, parents, and coaches, our TarTV crew, Dr. Sean Bolton, Dr. Jerry Murray. This is Alex Crawford saying, from the pool deck to Davidson Field, from the bell tower to the senior lot, you've been watching Newport Harbor girls water polo on TarTV. Go Sailors.
Go Sailors.